Sports fans, welcome to our channel. Dolphins to cut Tua Tagovailoa. 4 possible landing spots for the former Pro Bowl quarterback. Tua Tagovailoa has spent his entire career with the Miami Dolphins, but after 6 seasons, the team has made the decision to move on. The Dolphins announced on Monday that Tua will be released when the new league year starts on Wednesday, which means the 28-year-old quarterback will officially become a free agent at 4 p.m. ET on March 11. This is not going to be a cheap move for Miami. Tua has $54 million in guaranteed money owed to him for the 2026 season. By cutting Tua, the Dolphins are now going to be stuck with an NFL record $99.2 million dead cap charge this year. However, they could knock that number down to $67.4 million if they designate him as a post-June 1 cut, a move that would allow them to split the $99.2 million hit over 2 seasons. They'd also take a $31.8 million dead cap hit in 2027. Either way, it's going to be expensive. With Tua now leaving Miami, he could become an attractive option on the free agent market. So where could he end up? Let's take a look at 4 possible landing spots, which all have one thing in common: they play their home games in a dome. Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings are currently in a nightmare situation at quarterback. They appeared to have their quarterback of the future in 2024 with Sam Darnold, who led them to a 14-3 record. The Vikings could have kept him last year, but instead of signing Darnold to a long-term deal or even just franchise tagging him, they decided to roll the dice by going all in with J.J. McCarthy, and that gamble totally backfired. In his first full year as a starter, McCarthy looked much closer to being a bust than someone who will eventually be the team's future franchise quarterback. Say what you will about Tua, but he's definitely a much more polished quarterback than McCarthy. Although he's had some trouble staying healthy, Tua has been productive when he's on the field, and he's been especially good when he's had the right weapons around him, and the Vikings have a lot of offensive weapons to work with in Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison and T.J. Hawkinson. Tua might have to compete with McCarthy for the job, but that's likely a competition where he would be feeling pretty confident. And let's not forget, Tua's former offensive coordinator, Frank Smith, is now in Minnesota. Smith worked with Tua for 4 seasons in Miami, and he's now the assistant head coach for the Vikings after being hired this year, so there would be some familiarity there. The biggest question mark here is whether Tua would want to join a team that includes Brian Flores. The Vikings defensive coordinator was Tua's head coach in Miami for 2 seasons, 2020-21, and the two definitely didn't get along. Tua ripped Flores' coaching style back in 2024, and it's not clear if the two sides have mended fences. If they have, then Minnesota seems like an enticing spot for the former 5th overall pick. Hamara Channel Co. Subscribe Karna Matt Bulna.